Hey boys, welcome back to some more Nrl Supercoach. It's going to be the round 22 review and absolute carnage, bro. I can't. Oh, every week there's just, I sort of mock myself. I curse myself. I did say in the last video that I was hoping for a little bit of carnage in the next few weeks just to get a few people in a bit of spot, a spot of bother with no trades, and our depth is pretty damn good. I wasn't. Obviously the big one, Payne, Haas, but couple other injuries as well. Yeah, 1,233 we ended up scoring, which is a good score, but as you can see, we only jumped 276 spots, so almost getting into the top 4,000. I don't know. This year is just such a troll. We just cannot get anything going. The amount of times we have traded in someone to get injured, I'm losing it. I'm losing my damn mind. But let's have a look at the team as they scored. Like I said, overall some very good scores. It was a pretty, again, it was a good round, but just a couple of big ones cost us. Again, we've been so close. That's what's so tilting about this season, is that I feel like I've made some pretty good decisions. Definitely made some poor ones, but I feel like overall, just a couple of things going our way, we could really be at a really good rank. But I guess that's Supercoach, man. That's Supercoach. So you got to take the good with the bad, and this season has been pretty much all bad. But as you can see, Reece Robson, 69 points. I'll take it. Solid. I was hoping for a bigger one. I'm not going to lie. When he got that early try assist, he was on about 50 odd at halftime. Unfortunately, the Cowboys decided to play like fucking shitters in the second half, and didn't really see much more from Robson, but still got to be happy with 70. Jaden Braley, 67 points. I don't love to see it, because it's whatever. It's whatever. I just hope he can maintain the starting spot, which, he looked pretty good. I thought Crossland was pretty good at halfback. Obviously, copped another head knock, so he went off, but I'm just praying that Braley maintains the starting spot for the rest of the season now and bangs out like 40 points. I don't care if he gets I don't care anymore if he gets decent scores, because I don't need him to score well. I just need him to not be an AE problem in the next few weeks. But I guess it's good. He scored 67. He looked pretty good. So hopefully that maintains his spot. Did he play he must have played the full 80 too, because Crossland copped that knock. He played 79 minutes. What? Is that a mistake, or did he actually go off with a minute to go? I'm very confused. But regardless, just maintain the spot or get out of the team, basically, for Braley at this point. The front row. Oh, boy, the front row. This front row, dude. This front row. What a troll. What a troll. So we brought in, obviously, Payne, Haas, and he was the safe play. He was the trade-in that I was like, okay, solid 70 points from Payne, Haas every week. That'll really ramp up our just overall score every week. It'll give us some stability in the prop spot. No, not to be. And of course, I guess I wouldn't have had time anyway, but it came out that in the warm-up, he was touch and go to even play the game because of a foot issue. They cleared him, but 10 minutes into the game, he apparently has done his Leaf Frank in his foot, so he's probably gone for the season. I don't really expect, maybe he comes back in the last couple of rounds, I'm not too sure. If it is a Leaf Frank, I'm pretty sure he is gone for the whole season. And at this point, I don't know why the Broncos would even rush him back. They're gone from the top 8 spots, so Payne, Haas, what a trade in. This is the amount of times, bro, just in the last couple of weeks. It's been crazy. Tolotau Kohler, Dane Laurie, even Dom Young early in the season when we went early on him. Now Payne, Haas, it just continues to ruin us. And Josh Curran as well. He obviously got through like the knee issue from last week, but he hurt his shoulder like when it happened and he went off. I thought, oh, here we go. He's gone as well. He's not coming back. I'm getting it like 220s, but thankfully he came back. And I mean, I guess the good thing with Curran is that Max King is still out for a couple of weeks. So they need Curran to play still big minutes. So if he can just get through a couple of games without copping a knock, that would be great because, yeah, the low scores are, a little bit not great, I would say. Semi Finu, 112. And Liam Henry, 44. You love to see your reserve props do great. And just to rub salt into the wounds, like, don't get me wrong, I was always going to trade Terrell May to Payne Haas, but Terrell, like, the compounding effect, bro. So Terrell May played big minutes because fucking Lindsay Collins, Victor Radley had a nasty head clash. Radley came back on, but Collins was ruled out for the rest of the game. So Terrell May played big minutes, scored well, probably like 60 to 70 points. And then if I didn't end up trading Payne Haas in, I definitely would have played Finu. So, yeah, and even just not like, regardless of that, like I said, I was always going to do the trade. So it's like, I can't really be like, oh, if I didn't do that, I was always going to do it. But costs like, Payne Haas scored 20. I reckon he gets 70 if he plays unaffected. So there's 50 points down the drain right there. But yeah, I don't know. I think my initial thoughts with Payne Haas at this point, I think the obvious trade, or not obvious, but the one trade I would consider is going to Tarpany. I'm definitely not going to Fanua Blake at this point, especially because that round 27 bye. Tarpany plays the rest of the season. He's definitely ramped up his involvement. He's looking pretty good. But I think I'm just going to hold Payne Haas. I'm going to run Curran and Finu. And if I have to play Henry, I'll play Henry. And then Payne Haas will probably trade in the last round of the season to somebody. Or I don't know, because there's other issues potentially as well. So I'm not... I don't know. We'll have to obviously wait for team lists to get a better indication on a couple of players, but that's what I'm leaning towards, just holding Payne Haas. You definitely could trade him, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it with some of the other injuries we'll get to in a second. The back row, so Fafita, 59. Crichton, thankfully, scored 75. He's been a bit of a... he hasn't been great since I've brought him in. Thankfully, everybody owns Crichton, so it's fine. Beau Fermor, the fucking unsung hero Beau Fermor, dude, just continues to be a fucking gun for me. He's been. I really didn't expect at the start of the year. I mean, Fermor was struggling, getting 40s, and I thought he was going to be one of the first on the chopping block in the back row, but he has maintained his spot. Like, he obviously had a good draw for the buys coming up, and it was just, it just made sense to hold him, and he's come good. He's come very, very good. His base has been very solid. He's getting some attack. The times are looking good. Beau Fermor, what a champ. He's been great. Britton Nickera, 44. Again, just not seeing too much footy at all, which, I don't know. Again, I could understand the trade out of Britton Nickera last week, but it's fine. I think the back row, I didn't need to trade Nickera to somebody else. Like, it's fine. We got plenty of back row options. If we don't play Nickera one week, we don't play him, but he's a guy that, if he's not scoring a try or getting a try assist, yeah, he's going to get 40s. I mean, that's pretty much like every back row, barring like Fafita and Crichton to an extent, but even Crichton without a try the last couple of weeks has only got like 40 to 50, so it happens. Eli Katoa, again, 44 without any attack, so it's going to happen. Hamoli, thankfully, he is back this week, so that is a beautiful thing for us to see. The halves, so Nathan Cleary was our captain again this week with a 90. Dylan Brown, 90 as well. You love to see that from Dylan Brown. Lucky Galvin, we obviously were pretty happy to play, 82 points. Continues to, again, a bit of an unsung hero, Lucky Galvin. I know a lot of people trading him out. I gotta be honest, I don't really understand the trade out of Lucky Galvin. A lot of people went to like Matty Burden. I didn't mind the Munster pod play, but I don't think Munster. Well, Munster scored okay. I did like the Munster play, but honestly, I was very happy to hold Galvin until if he gets a rest or what, because his scoring is very, very solid, and the Tigers they've been a pretty decent attacking side this year, despite being pretty poor. So Galvin's been good. The back line. So Kiraz 54 points. I mean, again, you'll take it. He's still very, very good. The base stat monster in Kiraz didn't get any attack. There was a couple of times, dude. I mean, Crichton just did it all himself. I'm like, just do the flick pass, get it to Kiraz, but no, not to be. It was all Crichton inside of him this game, so that's what it is. Val Holmes, our other trade in, worked an absolute treat. I'm very happy with the trade in of Val Holmes. Very, very nice. It definitely helped our week, that is for sure. Dom Young. So here's the big one. So this is the thing, right? So Dom Young hurt his hemi. Now, so this is the point I was making. I've got 3, right? So I've got Dom Young, Dane Laurie, Payne, Haas. Now, for the love of God, please tell me Dane Laurie is back this week. I'm gonna be so upset if Dane Laurie does not play this week for the Panthers. But just the way my season has gone, I sort of don't expect him to play. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But Payne, Haas, and Dom Young. If Dom Young, like, obviously they got the bye this week, so it's a little bit. Hopefully they give us a time frame on Dom Young. But if he is gone for a few weeks, I definitely think Dom Young is the trade out over like a Payne Haas if I'm going to do a trade. And there's definitely good options. I mean, Zach Lomax, it is a tough game against the Doggies, but then Lomax goes on a great run, and Lomax is at a pretty decent price. I think they're pretty much sideways now. So I love the Lomax play. Yeah, there's a couple of other decent options as well. But yeah, if Dom Young is gone for a while, I mean, again, we wouldn't have to trade him, but if we wanted to, because again, we got the depth, especially with he was on the bye this week anyway, so we didn't have to trade, and we might still hold just because Dragons are taking on the Doggies, so it's a tough one for Lomax. But yeah, there's definitely some options. I think, like I said, our 3 trade boost for the final round, I think, yeah, it's not going to happen. I think this, so, I've wasted trades for sure, but Supercoach is not gone in our favour the last few weeks to save the trades, so it's fine. And like I said, I don't think using the boost in the last round is actually going to be that beneficial anyway. Saving 2 trades, I think, is going to be plenty. Kale Euro 87, he's gone on a bit of a attacking spree, which is great. Ruben Garrick obviously didn't play. Greg Marju, I didn't play, but 47, you'll take it. If you had to play him against the Panthers, that's fine. And then Casey McLean, who I did play, 76 points. Fantastic. Scored another try. Base stats were up, playing in the centres. And then Tedesco, as a vice captain, only 52 points. It is what it is. It's fine. I'm sort of glad, obviously the 50-50 was if I was going to vice captain Holmes. I haven't done the maths on this, but it probably would have worked out fairly even, I think, because if I don't know, it would have been tough. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know if I would have looped or not. If I looped, I would have dropped Fermor, I think. I think that's what I was leaning towards. I would have dropped 92, but my lowest score was it was 44, so I don't know. It would have been very close if I looped or not looped. I think it would have been fairly, which happens a lot. Which happens a lot if you loop and not loop. It's a lot of times it works out basically the same. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm glad I didn't have to make the decision. And Cleary once again scored well, 90 points. So I will take that. So big week coming up. I mean, it's even with the carnage, it's a good week because Manly are back. The Roosters are out, but it's pretty much a straight swap for Roosters to Manly boys. Yeah, it actually works out pretty perfectly, right? So Tedesco to Tommy, Dom Young to Garrick, I mean, Garrick should be back, right? He should be. He had the buy off. He'll be right to go. And then Crichton to Olakau'atu. It works out pretty well perfect. The only annoying thing now is Payne Haas, and I'm really hoping Laurie is back. The Tigers, I mean, I really want Laurie back. I mean, they're taking on Parramatta at Combank, who have conceded a lot of points to fullbacks. But Galvin's taking on the Newcastle Knights. So, I mean, granted, we're very good against the Panthers, but I feel like Newcastle, they do that. They play, for some reason, their defense, they can really staunch up against the better sides, but then for some reason, they just start leaking points against some lesser sides. So, I don't know. I still like the Galvin matchup against the Newcastle boys. But, yeah, please, Laurie, be back. I'm begging you, dude. I'm begging you. I want the pod to at least give me 1 week. Like, I'm not even... If he scores well, he scores well. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But, God, please don't let me... one fucking trade in and one trade out, man. But yeah, I don't know. I think at this point, I am probably just going to hold the trades. Again, there's a case to trade Haas to Tarpany. We could look for another pod front rower, but there's just... Yeah, there's just no... I don't think there's any pod front rowers that you're like, oh, this guy's going to like really bump up my season. So I think it's just hold Payne Haas, wait for results there. Dom Young, I probably also think wait. I wouldn't mind going early on Lomax for sure. He's probably the one guy I am very keen on. And then if Laurie doesn't play this game, again, I probably think I just hold him. So yeah, Laurie, I think I just hold him because I don't know. The 5'8's like Munster is a pod play, but there's none that I'm like I have to get in. Because if we look, yeah, again like Nrl Blake scored 55, which is fine, but it was another week where I was like the Payne Haas trade was potentially another good trade because Nrl Blake had a bit of a lower one. Payne Haas, again, I think he gets 70 without having to do too much. Like, just does what he does. And, like, he'll outscore Nrl Blake, which would have been a nice little bump for us, but not to be. Kalamatangi, great to see him playing less minutes. Only scored about 50-odd points. How many minutes did he play? Yeah, and he played 55, which is fucking great. Oh, please, for the love of God, say Kalamatangi goes back to like 50 minutes. Oh, that would be nice because he has been an absolute fucking nightmare not owning. He's been killing it. So if he goes back to like 50-odd minutes, I would fucking love it. I would love it a lot. I don't know. Maybe a niggle. I don't know. It was a bit strange. The reduced minutes, if I'm honest. I don't know. I don't know what was going on there. Joey Tarpany, 98 points. I mean, he is the one tempting one. Let's have a look. So the dummy halves, I know Harry Grant had a good game this week. Api Coruscant, thankfully, he had a low one. Damien Cook, fucking 98 points again. Yeah, Grant finally came out and got a big score, 120, a couple of tries. Yeah, it's going to happen. He's still the one. Well, I mean, Appy, I guess, has the high ceiling, but Grant's still the one guy that is very dangerous. But out of the other dummy halves, I mean, yeah, Connor Watson also picked it up a bit. 80 points would be good for owners. I mean, he's 585. Like, obviously, I'm not going to trade to him, but if you have a couple of trades left next week, I think Connor Watson is probably still a very, very good pickup. Any other dummy halves? Not really. I mean, the big guns, it was... Yeah, I mean, Cook's pretty highly owned, I guess, as well. The front row, we already looked at the front row. I mean, Barnett has been killing it. We probably don't quite have the money to go to Barnett, and I probably don't want to still. Joey Tabs, I mean, Terrell May, 60 points. Yeah, he only got 60. I thought he might have updated a bit, but yeah, 60 points. Like, with the injuries and stuff, like, he did bump up to 64 minutes, bro. God damn it. Thankfully, he only got 60. He could have got, like, 80 easily the way he goes, but 60 points. It still fucking kills me, but it is what it is. Any other props? I mean, semi-final, obviously. Not too much else doing there. How did the What about the 5'8"s? How did Munster end up scoring? He was obviously killing at the start. Dylan Brown, Thomas Dearden, Matty Burton, thankfully, 54. So he's... I don't know. I just haven't really liked the trade-in of Burton. Cody Walker, obviously, he missed out, which was, again, big. I haven't even talked about it, but the Roosters game, it was carnage. Like, obviously, Joey Manu, I haven't heard anything, but he obviously came up with pretty nasty high shots. God, I hope he's suspended, bro. Oh, please say he's suspended. I'm hoping he's gone for... even if he's gone for like a game, even like one game or two games, it would be fucking beautiful. But we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Maxi Plath played great, 95 points. A lot of people have got off Plath, but still a very solid hold. Who else? Foreign 106. You'll love to see it. Jaden Campbell, 45. You also love to see that from Campbell. Oh, man. The points... I can't... Oh, dude. The points for the Titans, and Campbell only scored 45. You will take that, especially with the goal kicking. Brain Drindle, also another injury concern. Went off with a hammy issue, so he's probably in doubt for this week. So that would be nice if he's out. I'm not going to lie. Munster, that's Munster, isn't it? He was on about 60 in the first half. It's the one annoying thing with Cameron Munster. He looks like an absolute fucking world beater, just killing it, and then just sort of phased out of the game. But yeah, the Storm obviously weren't at their best in that one. Dragons, very, very good win, but yeah, Munster. I still don't mind him as a pod, bro. He's 500k for God's sakes. Don't even look at Jai Gray. Jesus Christ. Oh, so it just rubs salt into the wounds even more. If I didn't get in Laurie, I would have kept Jai Gray. Jai Gray's killed it the last couple of weeks. Come on, dude. Come on, man. Oh, this fucking year, man. This fucking year. Who else have we got? How did the halfbacks go? Obviously, Cleary went well. So yeah, Sammy Walker, still very heavily owned. He scored a ton, which is annoying. Jerome Hughes, only 66. Any other popular halfbacks? Not really. I gotta be honest, I'm shocked Sean Johnson even scored 67. That's the thing. Supercoach doesn't really equate to NRL a lot of the times. I thought Johnson was terrible in this game. Still got 67, which is fine. Anyone else of note? Not really. It's pretty much all she wrote for those. Yeah, Sammy Walker, the big one that hurts for people that don't own. Let's have a look at centre wing, because obviously that's important if we are going to trade out Manu. So Zarko scored a try, still only scored 64. He's still averaging mid-60s, but yeah, just not quite the highs of last year. Zachy Lomax, 59 points. Again, another tough matchup. They did win, but against us, this was the thing with Lomax. Now got an 87 break even against the Doggies, so he might lose money. He might stay. I'd say it stays pretty similar. He could score 80, 90 points. But then Gold Coast, Sharks, Parramatta, Canberra. He is the one guy that I think would be a beautiful trade in if Manu, just wait a week. If Dom Young is out for 4 weeks, I don't know. Obviously, hemis are a little bit, you don't know. He's done hemis before as well, so it's a bit, you're not too sure what to think with that one. But yeah, he would be a great trade in. Who else? Toto, 68. Calero. We had some pretty good scorers in the centre wing. Dallin, fucking 75 points, so it's good to see after we got rid of him, he started scoring points, as always. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, 70 points. Even that dude, Stephen Crichton always baffles me how he isn't, he's not really Supercoach relevant, which is crazy. This game, he was so dominant. He was so good. He still only scored 80, which is great. 80 points is very good, but the amount of the amount of plays he did, I think he scored 2 tries, obviously one off a kick, but I mean, he was so good in this game and still only scored 80 points. Like, he's just, I don't know, he's just never, like, again, it's another case of, like, Supercoach versus actual NRL. Like, he's never really been Supercoach relevant. If he had the goal kicking, obviously, it would boost him quite a bit, but yeah, I always sort of look at Crichton and I'm like, oh, surely he's a pickup, but nah, he averages 50, 55 points, just not worth it, really. Other than that, not too much else to really say. Jojo Fafita and Philip Sami fucking killed it for the Titans. Yeah. Justin Olam, -8. Oh, God. Oh, he's going to be cheap to start next year, that's for damn sure. But you definitely would not touch him. But yeah, that pretty much wraps her up. Yeah, there's going to be quite a bit to talk about in the preview. I was expecting this week to be like a very like quiet week in like the preview front, and like if we're going to make a trade, I thought we're just not going to be trading for a few weeks. But nope, of course. Payne Haas gone for the season. Dom Young potentially gone for a few weeks. So we definitely have some choices. I'll probably hold firm on a trade, but it's going to be potentially a tricky sit start. It depends if Dane Laurie's back. It could be a pretty tough sit start this week. But I think we're pretty well set up. It's just a matter of like, I don't know, it's going to be very hard to really jump ranks at this time of the season. If we can just get a couple of good weeks on the trot now and move up a little bit, it'd be nice. But yeah, we'll see what we can do. We're going to plug along. This season, it's so funny, dude. This season is such a troll. But that pretty much wraps it up. Hopefully, guys had a good week as well. Hopefully, you didn't trade in Payne Haas like I did. and yeah, hopefully, guys, make sure to like and comment. I'll see you guys in the next one.